Alright, so this is a tutorial on the Lipo balance charger. This is the iMax B6, and right now I have an issue. This hex fly 3200 milliamp Lipo, this is a 2-cell 20C rating, and my issue is that I let this thing die. Well, actually, to be honest with you, I didn't let it die. What ended up happening was my XTE Blackout Pro, actually the ESC failed on me. As you can see right now, this ESC is missing, and I can show you guys what happened to that in a minute. If you let me retrieve the old one, I can kind of show you what happened. So this right here is the old one, and if I can get up in there good enough to see, this capacitor is what I believe was the issue. Went out on me, so it burned the whole thing out. As you can see, this wire here is barely hanging on. It's actually soldered or desoldered itself from the board or from the little circuit board inside of this. And it's impossible to get up in there and do any repairs or something like that because of this material they have down in there. I don't exactly know, this thing is not focusing, but I don't exactly know what material that is that they got all this stuff seated in, but it's impossible to dig in there. So what I did, I contacted Red Cat, and they immediately sent me one in the mail, which I have here. I'm going to do an unboxing of that. That's what this box right here is. I'm gonna do an unboxing of it and give a tutorial on installation, on installing it back up in here. This is where it was seated at, actually, right here. Battery sits over here. I got my Velcro because the 3S that I bought for this thing originally came with this 2S right here. This 3200 milliamp hex fly. It's 2-cell. It originally came with this. It performed pretty well until this happened. So I may have to contact Red Cat and let them know that this issue may have shorted the battery out. All that I know is that this thing started smoking white smoke, strong odor, white smoke. The car still smells like that smoke that was emitting from here, and I thought my whole truck was going to go up in flames, to be honest with you. But fortunately enough, that didn't happen. So what I'm going to do is go, like I said, I contacted them. They got me one in the mail. I got it 3 days later. So no beef with that policy, other than the fact that it failed, in the first place. But so what's going on with the battery here? I got my my Lipo balance charger. And trying to bring this thing back to life, this thing had actually gotten all the way down to like 2 volts. As you can see, that's a 7.4 volt battery that I typically charge to about 8 point something. When it's fully charged, a little bit over that. So it was about 8.4 that I charged this thing to, but yeah, man, it got all the way down to 2 cells, and 2 volts. And the thing about this balance charger is this balance charger here is a smart charger, so it detects the voltage when you connect the balance lead right here. It detects the voltage and it lets you know that, hey, this voltage was too low, so it wouldn't charge it at all. But the trick to that was to actually set it on nickel metal hydride settings and just pump juice in it like that. Right now I had a cell that was, one cell was way overcharged, like almost 5 volts, and the other one was all the way down to like 1.3 volt. So what I'm doing right now is trying to bring up that cell that was way too far out of reach. It was way down to like 1.2 volt. I'm gonna bring it up to an even 4 volts. The other cell in the battery is actually right now at 4.03 volts, I believe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring them both up to about 4, and I'm gonna do a balance charge. And once I do the balance charge on it, I'm gonna let it balance out into it until it stops and tell me, hey, we're good, both seals are the same, and then I'm gonna discharge it again, and hopefully they discharge at the same rate, and then I'll bring it back up again to kind of like help with the what someone told me about as a memory factor with these Lipos. But that's that on the light, on the balance charge and the Lipo. If I can save the battery, hopefully I can save it. If I can't, I'll let Red Cat know. They've been so good so far about sending stuff with no complaint. It's a hassle-free return. So yeah, if I can't bring this thing back to life, I'll just contact them, have them send me another one. But even if they don't want to send me another one, you know, I got the 3S in there, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to pop that up in there and have some fun. But right now we're going to move on to the installation of the ESC and the unboxing of the ESC.